Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to another video. My name is Reynaldo Schelmetty, but you guys can call me Reynamations. Hopefully my voice is coming loud and clear to you guys. Just this. Perfect. So let's get started with the drawing now. You may be wondering, well, Ray, you don't have the little list of things that you normally have, like the little Inktober thing. Well, I'm gonna pop it up really quickly for you guys so you guys can see. And I'm just gonna get started with the drawing. Inktober. This one. If you're wondering what all those pictures are from, they're from the last animation I did for Inktober. And today we are gonna be doing sleep. We're gonna pretty much be doing the sleep right here. I should be using my my stylus. Sleep. And for that, my girlfriend luckily stopped by recently and gave me a good idea. She recommended I draw a sloth. Now, I never seen a sloth, but I've seen enough animations of sloths from different things, like what's it called, Zootopia. What else? I've actually seen pictures of sloths, but I've never seen one in person. That's what I mean. So let's just get started with that drawing. For the rough, I'm just gonna go for like this bluish gray, and then afterwards I'll go on to the more detailed version where I do more details. Okay, so for a rough, let's just block out some shapes. Okay. Maybe I should turn down the opacity of this layers right here by merging them. This is all the background essentially, and I'm just gonna be grouping the layers. And then turning down the opacity just a tiny bit, so then when I do this, this is supposed to be there. Okay. Yeah, this is where I do my rough. So let's just do the rough of a sloth. Kind of just like laying down. Maybe his arms are coming down. His other shoulder will be somewhere over here. Other hand will be down here. As a perspective, is kind of be going like that. And maybe the legs kind of like this. Wait, does sloths have tails? That's what I'm wondering. You know, I'm gonna look up a picture of a sloth so I don't draw this completely all messed up. Quickly go onto my browser. By the way, I uploaded videos recently, so if you've been keeping up to date with that, then you will see the videos up. First thing that shows up is sloth seen as sin of something. I don't want a sloth bear, I just want a sloth. Images. Yeah. Seems about right. Okay. Doesn't seem to have a tail. Yeah. Very long tongue though. Oh, another animation thing that I was just thinking about. I didn't just see a picture of it, by the way. Another animation would be, what's it called? Ice Age. So I'm just gonna quickly draw a rough shape of where I want his face to be facing, maybe something like that. He doesn't have to have. He doesn't seem to have ears. Maybe it's just. Very human-like proportions, except belly's kind of bigger. Oh, it does have a tail, although it looks like a schlong. So it's like a little nub, essentially. Face goes like, if we were to divide it like that. I love kind of like one of those characters from Among Us. This makes it look like an owl. Then you add the little things, and no longer looks like an owl. No. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have much of a roundish head. Okay, yeah. I'm doing the rough without timing it, and then doing the more refined one while timing it. But at least this way you guys can see what my process is. Maybe his legs are wrapped around the tree so he doesn't fall. You notice how like their body looks like they're noodles? It's almost like if they don't have bones, they more than likely do. Yeah, looks like nice proportions. Essentially, it's like the other hand's right there. This other leg is wrapping around and it's stopping somewhere there. Understanding the rough anatomy of the sloth. Yeah, I'm doing like the see-through sketch, even though it's not really that important. It is partially important, so then you can understand what is truly visible and what isn't. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, now that the rough sketch is out of the way, let me just quickly minimize this a little. Start the timer for you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, timer. Now you guys can see that I have 14 minutes plus in the clock, and let's get started with the less rough of a sketch. I'm just gonna be zooming in a little, so then I can get really fine details. I'm just gonna keep the same brush because I like this brush. It gives like a nice texture to my drawing, like a nice little rough feeling to it, which kind of adds to it because he's furry all around. Very furry. Let's see. Belly's gonna go. Against this. That. So it's gonna be kind of holding this. Trying to draw the understand the folds. Even like the less rough sketch is still rough, essentially. I'm just doing markings to kind of indicate where the fur is going. What else? Have a hand kind of down. Occasionally have like fur that kind of sticks out, and I'm doing this and this just basic, you know, it's technically a bloom, but it's kind of like if I was inking. See how his hands are kind of like palms. Like if you were to do palms and then just add like a bunch of sharp claws. Maybe this heart. I'm not sure if the sloth has 5 fingers, but I make it seem like it does. Because it's easier to draw him with like 5 fingers than draw him with 4 than without knowing that he has 4. And I'm already used to drawing hands with 5 fingers at this point. So draw the hand that way. That looks really nice. How much time do we have? Like 11 minutes? Okay. This is a spine, it goes up. This twist. This is where it kind of like leans. This face is kind of like that. And kind of extruding out a little. I don't want to put too much pressure because I could always do very similar effects without putting too much pressure. Seems like he has like this fur thing going around, kind of like if he was wearing like a hoodie of some sort. His eyes would be kind of like that, and here and there. And I want his eyes to look kind of like closed off a little bit more. If you were to add, there's similar things. It looks tired. Give this sloth some personality. Now he's sleeping very comfortably. fur, essentially, and I'm doing this sort of thing. What else? I think that's about it. There's not a lot of major details, and maybe I'll put like a leaf in his mouth. Because I see a lot of the sloths in the pictures with a leaf in their mouth for some odd reason. Maybe they're easy to photograph if you feed them. Kind of like if he's sucking on a bib. And yeah. And then afterwards I go one layer under it, do a slightly darker color, right? And then what I want to do, actually, let's go back to this layer. Make sure it's not that area. Oh. There under it. Slightly darker color, right? Just slightly dark. Now, not majorly dark, okay, but just slightly. And what I want to do is just pick something like this big block, like brush, right? And which is for some odd reason really tiny right now. And I'm gonna be making a silhouette around it, like kind of like this. And then after I make the silhouette, I could easily select out the inside of that silhouette. It's kind of like making a selection, except this selection feels a lot more easier to see. And you can always lift up the brush if you need to. I'll leave the leaf out of the selection. And voila, now everything's selected. And then all I need to do is take the fill tool, right? And then just click on it. We'll make sure it just fills it all in like that. Turn on the opacity, and no, maybe lighter actually. Lighter? No, oh, you know what? No. Darker. That works. Now I said say darker because everything's gonna go dark right here. So I'm gonna adjust it according to the environment. Yeah, that seems about right. Maybe I'll take all the lines, get rid of the rough, take all those lines, lock it, and then just pretty much take a giant brush of some sort. I'm not sure if I have like a giant brush. I think this one's it. Okay. And just that one's small. And then just go over some of the areas that will get hit by the light. some of the areas that don't get hit by the light, obviously, be shaded darker. Darker than stinks. Like all this. The light is not really hitting it because it's getting blocked out. And then afterwards, take this layer, lock it, and then you're gonna go for a brighter color than like if I select this, and then make sure that it's in the gray area, and then I just I could do a quick selection, right? This, and then do some fur looking thing. Pattern all throughout this. Make sure it's locked, and then you just take the same brush, you have dryer, and you just pass it really softly over. That. And then when you deselect it, now the face looks like that. Now we want textures and patterns, so what I want to do is I'm gonna duplicate this layer, right? And I'm gonna do something similar to what I did with the tree. And I'm just gonna quickly just put texture on it. All random kinds. I like this brushes for some odd reason. Maybe go darker, because textures are usually darker. What else? The lines. I want this area to be darker too. And go back to this. Just keep putting textures. Maybe put some lights in it. Now I'm throwing this sort of texture on because he's getting hit by the light, but he's also within some trees, so some nice textures like this will give it some depth, some nice looks. What else? What can just blurs them out? No, I don't want to blur. I want to throw some textures. And then just paint out some of them. Some of the areas. Maybe this one's brighter. And just turn down the opacity on it just a tiny bit. And yeah, all of a sudden the sloth looks like it's more in the back and the environment than usual. What else? You can put some lights there to give it some form. To show off the form. Maybe darks. And obviously go even darker for some of the self shading effects. And the timer already went off, but I'm just quickly passing this over some of it, seeing how it looks. If it looks too dark, if it doesn't, what else? Something like that. Maybe that's too dark. Yeah, that feels more like it. Never go truly black, right? Oh, now everything looks fine except we don't have the leaf anymore. So what I'm gonna quickly do is go above this, add the quick leaf texture color right here, which is gonna be a light, and then I'm just gonna pick like a brush that I know works. Maybe. And also, yep, that one works. darker a little. Maybe layer lock it, go darker. And then go to line work, and then go for a light, not too light, and then just or not. Let me just go darker. Yeah, darker it is. Because this part is in the shadow, so it has to be darker. Voila. Now we got nice texture, and if we wanted to take this sort of leaf and then add it everywhere we can, but I'm choosing not to because it's supposed to be a 15-minute drawing, and I already gone past the 15-minute mark. Obviously, the whole entire drawing itself did not take exactly 15 minutes. What did took 15 minutes was the sloth that was obviously sleeping, and the leaf that was had this in his mouth. But everything else did not take 15 minutes. Everything else took probably less, or sometimes a little bit more. I would say probably a little bit more, because I did start this drawing around like 5 at 10 or something like that. My girlfriend visited me for a little bit, so let's cut off 15 minutes from that. You know, so I will say roughly half an hour to half an hour to 40 minutes to do this whole entire drawing, which is not bad because like it looks nice, and basically 15 minutes for most of like the biggest aspect thing of the drawing is not bad. Again, if you close your eyes and then you look at it, you will see that it's a nice appealing image. It's not like everything's everywhere. You can see something like clear shapes are being blocked out. You know, everything's leading towards the center, or leading towards the sloth. What else? We can also have all sorts of things, like maybe have sticks pointing towards him and stuff, but I choose not to do all that. Anyways, let's just call it a day. Thank you all for joining me for today's drawing. If you did enjoy this drawing and kept all the way up to the end, just let me know down below and leave a like. What else? If you disliked it for any reason, leave a dislike. And if you want to check out my channel, it's right here, and my newest video is up here. Thank you all for joining me for today, and have a good one. Bye.